Hello, my dear friends and followers. There is either no good or bad food, or there is no good or bad diet. But one thing is sure, if we don't take food as medicine, I am sorry to say we all end up taking medicine as food. Today, I am going to brief about a diet both as a medical professional as well as with the experience of a common man. By the way, I am Dr. Abdul Hakim from Awesome Chef in Doctor's Kitchen. So kindly watch this video till the end, like, subscribe and share this channel Awesome Chef in Doctor's Kitchen. Unlike at least some of you believe, dieting is not just reduced food intake, but everyone should follow a balanced diet. But those with overweight, obesity, diabetes, hypertension, cardiac and renal problems, they should be careful to if they take overload of proteins, because the kidneys cannot handle this overload. So they should follow a specific diet pattern after consulting with their doctor. On a medical point of view, obesity is also a malnutrition, which is equally or even more problematic than undernutrition. This is because the food should be taken only when it is required, like any other life in the world. But what we human beings do, we take food for taste, hunger, entertainment. We even put up a show with the food, and we take food just because somebody else give. We should not be wasted because grandma feel otherwise, relatives hospitality, so and so. And there is no strict protocols or policies about the balanced diet even at the national levels. See, this has gone to an extent that even a normal or fit person stands an odd man out among the majority of the obese people. This is because we have a wrong concepts of health, and there are a lot of consumerist pressures and saying that the oats is good for cholesterol, alcohol for heart and whatnot, so many other things. And we give more importance to the taste of the food, the color of the food, the smell of the food, the beauty of the food, whatnot. So, and the other thing, the physical appearance of any individual is just depend on genetic, ethnic and environmental factors. So we have no control over genetic and ethnic factors, but we have control over the environmental factors like food habits, lifestyle, etc. So today I am going to talk on a diet which is very, very important. One should believe that, we all should believe that concentrating on a proper diet plan can prevent innumerable health issues. Rather, we all depend on the ultra modern treatment modalities, interventions, and so on. Just take an example, drinking plenty of water just prevents the formation of the renal calculi, which if we don't do it, we end up in so much of interventions and pain and spend a lot of money. So what is balanced diet? It's nothing, a combination of 50 to 60% carbohydrate, 20 to 30% of proteins and 15 to 25% fat approximately. And it also should contain adequate quantities of vegetables and fruits. This vegetable should preferably steamed, it should not be overcooked. And fish, meat and egg as a source of protein, and dairy products, among that the curd will be preferred. One should take adequate quantity of water, that is 10 to 12 glasses per day, and at least one should have an urine output of 1.5 to 2 liters. And together all these, we should target a calorie amount of 1500 to 3000 kilocalories depending on the activity of the individual. That means less active person 1500 kilocalories and more active person 3000 kilocalories. And we should target a body mass index BMI of approximately 25. Above 30 is obesity. So, what is this BMI? BMI is a ratio of the height and weight. So, it clearly indicates the amount of calories we intake and the extent of inactivity of an individual. So, take more food, less active person have more BMI. Be careful about that. And what does this carbohydrate do? Carbohydrate is immediate source of energy. You take carbohydrate, immediately you get energy, you are active. And protein has a quality of building the body. And fat as a source of reserve energy, and it has got a lot of other roles like absorption of vitamins, reserved energy, and so many other roles. Vitamins and minerals have got their specific rules, which I'm not going into this video. And of course, water just to clear all the body waste. For a better understanding, now I'm comparing the human body into a vehicle, say a car, and the stomach as a fuel tank and food as fuel, vegetables and fruits as engine oil, and the water, of course, for cleaning the vehicle. At least many of you may agree that we are not giving importance to the body as we take care of our vehicle. For a vehicle, we just follow a particular petrol stations and we put only highly refined petrol and we keep our vehicle maintained in a regular intervals. For our body, we are not bothered about whatever food we take and the quantity and quality, we are not just bothered. So please understand that our human body is much more complicated machine than the vehicle, but only thing it's flexible. So it is up to us to follow certain discipline. So another comparison I am doing is that the total amount of calories I'm comparing into a currency. Say 1,500 rupees or 1,500 dirhams converted into it. If you ask to eat 1,500 rupees, if you eat 1,000 rupees one note and 500 rupees one note, you end up in having less food with more calories. So you should take food with less denominations. That means food with less calories so that you can have more quantity of food and satisfy your appetite. That is the concept of the diet. No talk on diet is complete without talking on a keto diet. I know you all will be waiting for that, which is a recent sensation. This is basically, we human beings, we are all lazy. We all want things done very rapidly, very fast. I have seen some of my patients, they come to me asking for 1 or 2 tablets taken every day, and at the end of 1 month, they need to become like a Shah Rukh Khan or Arnold Schwarzenegger, and so and so. And after seeing me like this, they go back, they don't ask this question, and they go and search in the internet and they follow the keto diet. Very sad point, because the keto diet is a straight opposite to the balanced diet. This is like replacing the highly refined fuel in a car with a kerosene. The whole system is get upset, and the byproducts, the waste products generated, the excretory system, the kidneys, liver and all, gallbladder, pancreas, they are not able to handle these waste and end up in complications. So those with renal problems, those with cardiac and liver problems should be extremely careful in doing this. They should always consult before they do an attempt to follow a keto diet. You know how the keto diet works? Normally, when the carbohydrate we have taken, there is a rise in blood sugar level, and according to that, the insulin is secreted. The insulin converts the blood sugar into the fat and deposit it in various parts of the body. That's why one becomes obese if you take more carbohydrates. So when there is no carbohydrate supplied, the body, there is less insulin secreted and there is less sugar converted into fat. At the end of the day, the body fat, which is already there, is converted into sugar and utilized for the body. And there is a drastic reduction in the body weight which is extremely marketed, we all know. So the complication developed for particular individuals is not known for the general populations. So this keto diet should be followed only in case of life-threatening obesity, and it should be done under medical supervision. A paleo diet is much better alternative for a keto diet, but it's not an equivalent to a balanced diet. In this modern era, one should know what is fast food. Fast food is nothing but a food which is ready to eat, and it can be preserved for very long time. It has got adequate, it has got more than adequate calories, it has got less micronutrients and vitamins, it has got no fruits and vegetables, which is very important to the body, and it has got chemicals for preservation to add color, texture and smell of the food, and this kind of food is more prone for allergies, more prone for food poisoning. People take these carbonated drinks, which is again only can be taken when there is no adequate water for drinking. This carbonated drink converts into carbonic acid, which erodes the gastric mucosa, but in case of contamination food, this helps in preventing or killing the bacteria, but one should take after keeping open for the long time and still with the straw, so that the amount of carbonic acid is less. I like to share few points with you which I'll be very happy if you could follow some of them. Adopt a diet pattern which can be followed lifelong. Don't enter into a change in diet all of a sudden. I have seen patients, they come with a lot of problems. When I detail inquire, they have changed their diet all of a sudden. So the body system will not adjust. So always have a small realistic goals. Say 1 kg per month reduction, and a target 10% reduction of your total diet in a month. So gradually the things will be achieved. And never compare your food intake with others. Always take what you want and finish it off. Always start with plenty of water intake and have lots of fruits and vegetables before you have your lovely food, so that you end up having less calories. So people may think that having chapatis and rotis, preferring over that rice is good. It's not like that. All our same cereals have equal caloric value. So it is the total quantity that is more important. So never add oil or fry any items so that the caloric value increase 3 times. So if you want to have that fry, you reduce the quantity to 1/3 so that your caloric intake is normal. Always follow a fixed time pattern for your diet so that you take food before you get hungry. This is good not only for your health but also for your stomach, because it prevents gastric ulcer also. So don't avoid fruits and vegetables just for fear of contamination, which is the fruits and vegetables is very important. So you put the fruits and vegetables into the water before 1 hour before use. So it solves all the source of contamination if at all it is there. And some people, they over depend on vitamins. They come, doctor, I want vitamins, as if the vitamin is going to solve all the problems. Vitamins and minerals has got a specific roles. So over intake of fat soluble vitamins end up in a lot of problems. You should be consulted the doctor, and the doctor will advise according to that. So they have some beliefs that diabetics should not take fruits and sugar. This is not right. If this fruits and sugar for a diabetic, if it forms the total amount of calories he is supposed to take, then there is no problem. The only problem is that if they take sugar, which is the currencies of energy, and if they take fruits like that, they end up eating less and have more calories. So If they avoid sugar and fruits, they can take more bulky fruits so that appetite will be satisfied. And I thank you very much for the kind watching of this video, and kindly subscribe this channel, Awesome Chef and Doctor's Kitchen. Thank you very much.